Ever notice how some folks in their 70s seem to have more energy than people half their age? They're out walking the dog, laughing with friends, maybe even trying pickleball for the first time, while others their age are complaining about aches and pains. What's their secret? Turns out, it's not just good genes or luck. The healthiest seniors share a few surprising habits, things you might not expect. And the best part? These aren't complicated diets or extreme workouts. They're simple, everyday choices that add up to big results. So let's take a look at these 7 unexpected habits. Some might make you smile, others might surprise you, but all of them are doable, no matter where you're starting from. Habit number 1. They embrace a little chaos. Picture this. A 73-year-old learning to play the ukulele. A 70-year-old taking a painting class, even if their landscapes look more like abstract art. Super healthy seniors don't stick to rigid routines. They keep their brains and their lives flexible by trying new things, even if they're not perfect at them. What's fascinating is that these seniors aren't just dabbling in hobbies. They're giving their brains a full workout. When you try something completely new, whether it's learning a few chords on a guitar or attempting to bake sourdough bread for the first time, your brain lights up like a pinball machine. New connections form, old ones get stronger, and suddenly you're not just passing time, you're expanding it. Science backs this up. Novelty boosts brain health. But you don't need a lab study to see it. Just watch the spark in someone's eyes when they talk about their latest project, whether it's gardening, writing bad poetry, or finally figuring out how to text their grandkids. There's a childlike excitement in trying something for the first time. No pressure to be great, just curiosity to see what happens. And here's the best part. It doesn't have to be big. Maybe it's taking a different route on your morning walk, switching up your breakfast routine, or even just watching a movie in a genre you never usually pick. The key is to keep things fresh. Because when every day has at least one small surprise, life never gets stale. The lesson? A little messiness keeps life interesting and keeps you young. Forget about perfection. The real magic happens when you're willing to fumble, laugh at yourself, and try again. And if the grandkids laugh at your texting typos, well, that's just bonus entertainment. Besides, autocorrect has a sense of humor. Why shouldn't you? Habit number 2. They stay social, but on their own terms. Here's a myth. Staying healthy means being around people 24/7. But the happiest seniors know better. It's about meaningful connections, not just filling the calendar. Maybe it's a weekly phone call with an old friend where you pick up right where you left off. Or a Zoom book club where the discussion inevitably veers into life stories and laughter. Even that daily chat with the mail carrier counts. Those little moments of recognition add up. What's surprising? The healthiest seniors often have smaller social circles, but deeper ones. They've figured out that loneliness isn't about how many people you know. It's about how seen you feel. A 5-minute conversation with someone who truly listens can do more for your mood than a crowded party full of small talk. And here's the key. They protect their energy. If big family gatherings leave them drained, they might opt for one-on-one visits instead. If they're not morning people, they'll schedule calls for when they're at their best. It's not about being antisocial. It's about being strategically social. The bottom line? Connection comes in many forms. A handwritten letter to a faraway friend counts. So does waving to the neighbor who walks their dog past your window every afternoon. Ever had one of those conversations where you hang up feeling lighter? That's the magic. It's not about the number of friends. It's about the ones who make you feel like you. And if your idea of socializing is arguing with the TV news anchor, well, at least you're keeping your debate skills sharp. Habit number 3. They move but make it feel like living. The most vibrant seniors have discovered a brilliant secret. Movement shouldn't feel like punishment. You won't find them grinding away on gym machines or counting reps. Instead, they weave activity seamlessly into their days, swaying to music while dinner cooks, taking the long way around the grocery store just because, or having walking meetings with friends where the conversation matters more than the step count. What makes this approach so powerful is how effortless it becomes. When movement is tied to pleasure, like stretching to reach ripe apples from a backyard tree or playing tag with the dog, it stops being exercise and starts being life. Research confirms this gentle but consistent approach works wonders. Regular puttering burns calories, maintains mobility, and keeps joints happy without the risk of overdoing it. The real genius lies in their attitude. They don't fret about hitting 10,000 steps. They simply move when the opportunity arises. That might mean parking farther from the store entrance, doing calf raises while brushing teeth, or turning commercial breaks into mini dance parties. Every bit counts, and it all adds up without ever feeling like work. When someone comments on your leisurely walking pace, just smile and say you're conducting important research on neighborhood squirrels. After all, haste makes waste, and you're far too wise to waste a beautiful day rushing through it. The lesson is clear. Staying active isn't about training for anything except more life. Whether it's morning stretches with the sunrise or evening strolls to catch fireflies, movement woven into daily rhythms keeps the body strong and the spirit light. Habit number 4. They eat like kids, sometimes. The healthiest 70-year-olds have a refreshing approach to food. They enjoy it without overthinking it. Ice cream on a hot day? Absolutely. Butter melting on warm toast? No apologies. But here's the twist. They instinctively balance these joys with wholesome meals most of the time. There's no drama around cheat days or rigid rules. Just a quiet understanding that food is meant to be savored, not strategized. The real magic lies in how they listen to their bodies. If they indulge at lunch, dinner might be simpler. If they're not hungry, they skip a meal without fanfare. It's not about willpower. It's about rediscovering that childhood wisdom eating until content, not crammed full. Remember being 6 years old, abandoning half-eaten sandwiches to go play? That innocent relationship with food never truly left. We just buried it under years of diet culture. The wisest seniors have dug it back up. Habit number 5. They cultivate small joys. What sets the healthiest seniors apart isn't grand adventures. It's their genius for finding wonder in the everyday. The ritual of morning tea as sunlight pools on the table. The way they pause to watch sparrows bicker at the feeder. These moments aren't accidents. They're collected deliberately, like seashells in a pocket. Science confirms this mindset boosts longevity, but these folks don't need studies. They know the truth in their bones. Happiness thrives in life's cracks and crevices. It's in the weight of a ripe tomato from the garden, the familiar creak of a favorite chair, the way an old song on the radio can transport you decades in 3 notes. The lesson? You don't need a tropical vacation to feel alive. Joy is hiding in plain sight. You just have to slow down enough to spot it. Habit number 6. They prioritize sleep, but don't obsess over it. The healthiest seniors treat sleep like a friendly suggestion rather than a strict commandment. They understand that rest is vital, but they refuse to let a restless night ruin their day. When sleep doesn't come easily, they adapt curling up with a book instead of staring at the clock, or surrendering to a midday nap without guilt. There's a quiet wisdom in their approach. They know that forcing sleep only makes it flee, so they don't fight it. If they find themselves awake at 3 a.m., they might use the quiet hours to write letters, sip chamomile tea, or finally organize the junk drawer. The key isn't perfect sleep. It's avoiding the panic that turns one rough night into a week of tension. Your body's needs change daily. Some nights demand deep rest. Others are meant for quiet reflection. Trust that you'll find balance, even if it doesn't look like the textbook definition. Habit number 7. They laugh at themselves often. The most vibrant seniors have mastered an art far more valuable than any fitness routine: the ability to find humor in their own humanity. A misplaced phone? An epic struggle with modern packaging? These become comedy material rather than frustrations. There's real science behind their chuckles. Laughter floods the body with feel-good chemicals, eases tension, and even gives the immune system a boost. But you don't need studies to feel its power. Watch how a shared giggle with an old friend can lighten a heavy mood, or how telling a terrible pun at the grocery store makes strangers suddenly feel like neighbors. These folks don't just enjoy humor, they weaponize it against life's irritations. Forgot someone's name mid-conversation? Must be time for my memory upgrade. Tripped on nothing? Just testing gravity. Their secret isn't avoiding stumbles, it's making the stumbles part of the fun. The next time something goes mildly wrong, try narrating it like a nature documentary. And here we see the majestic senior momentarily bested by a sock. Suddenly, life's little annoyances become entertainment. Healthy aging isn't about doing everything right. It's about finding what works for you, whether that's salsa dancing or eating dessert first. These 7 habits aren't rules. They're invitations. Invitations to move, connect, and enjoy the ride. So, which habit will you try this week? Maybe it's calling an old friend, or maybe it's just laughing when the grocery bag rips. After all, the best parts of life are often the unexpected ones. Enjoyed this moment together? Tap like if something made you smile. Subscribe for more gentle reminders to live well. Share this with someone who could use a little lift today. And let me know in the comments, which habit will you try first?